saying Ohio is voting on the legalization of marijuana today. If you're a resident of Ohio, try to vote somewhere. If not, it will live to pertain to you. My speech, it's on I'll just start. Drugs can be very powerful and addictive, if not controlled the correct way. How many people in here has tried marijuana? I know everyone has at least done it one time. Don't lie. I'm not up here to judge you. I'm just up here to inform you on the benefits that the drug can have on the society. Marijuana started out in the United States as being much hated for a very long time. This is because the United States government painted the stereotype of marijuana as a bad drug that leads you to do illegal acts. This created a war on marijuana in the United States. In later history, studies were conducted on this illicit drug, and it was found that the statistics, I can never say that word. It was found that the statistics for control of the drug was false. Marijuana did not cause the many harmful effects that the government was portraying that it did. I will convey the factual benefits of marijuana use and hope to inform you about the widespread drug. Marijuana will bring in a surplus of revenue. According to Colorado's Revenue Service, Colorado pot business sold a record amount of marijuana in January, resulting in an excise tax of nearly $2.3 million. This money that was in revenue from the marijuana was used for public schools that didn't have a lot of money. So it helped out all the young adolescents in school, new uniforms, and it also went to the state officials that passed the law. Based on Colorado's Department of Revenue data, around $36.4 million of recreational marijuana was sold this January. That was the recreational side of it, compared to about the $14.6 million sold last January. So it was basically like a lot. It was a significant difference. Stated by Tanya Basu, last year in 2014, the first year of the legal recreational pot sales, Colorado's pot business sold nearly $700 million in marijuana, and that's the whole year combined. That amounted to $385.9 million of medical marijuana sold, and $313.2 million of just regular recreational use sold. Okay, marijuana has a great use for medical treatment. In 1999, a U.S. government-sponsored study by the Institute of Medicine uncovered the beneficial properties of marijuana in certain medical conditions such as nausea caused by chemotherapy and wasting caused by AIDS. According to Dr. Holbrook with the Cancer Institute, it was found in a study published in the journal Molecular Cancer Therapeutics that cannabis has the ability to stop cancer by turning off a gene called ID1. In fact, the American Association of Cancer Research has found that marijuana actually works to slow down tumor growth in the brain, breast, and lungs. Marijuana is also used to treat glaucoma. According to the National Eye Institute, marijuana lowers the pressure inside of the eye. Studies in the early 1970s showed that marijuana, when smoked, lowered the pressure to IOP and people with normal pressure than people with glaucoma. Marijuana can help reduce these side effects, reducing pain, decreasing nausea, stirring up the appetite. Also, there are other FDA-approved cannabis drugs that use THC for the same purposes. The government can save time and money. In addition to the medical benefits, legalization of marijuana gives the country an opportunity to save $1 billion per year. According to a Harvard economist, Jeffrey Myron. A whooping $8.7 billion a year is spent for enforcing laws against marijuana in the United States. Despite being illegal, thousands or more individuals are still arrested every day for possessing and using marijuana. And that results not only to wasted resources, but also to wasted time and lives. Our law enforcement officials devote thousands of hours to arresting, booking, and imprisoning cannabis users. As said by Kathleen of the Huffington Post, continuing to arrest these people is irrational. Our jails and prisons are easily filled with low-level criminals, which result in the need for more money to build new jails and housing facilities for these small-time drug abusers. This is not to mention the amount of time we spend prosecuting, just feeding, and defending the offenders. The legalization of marijuana would be beneficial for the country. Marijuana has too many useful aspects to the nature of the plant to be illegal. The money and time that could be saved enforcing these drugs is enormous. The tax revenue from this drug is a substantial part of getting it legalized. There is a big demand for this harmless drug, and it needs to be known in the world. Most of the taxes from this drug goes back to the communities and schools to help the young children grow up and be successful. The state government will have more money to use for our resources and around the state for little things like parks and other recreational activities for the young kids. This will eventually create more jobs by legalizing marijuana.